Hi student. Yesterday we discussed our topic vector algebra in which we have discussed our topic dot product there. We have seen that our dot product is given by vector A dot vector B is given by mod of A mod of B and then cos theta. Then after that we have done problems to find out the angle between our given two vectors there. Means cos theta is given by vector A dot B divided by modulus of A modulus of B there. Then we have done some problems which are belongs to our geometry sections, and we have proved here one of the important theorem is our Pythagoras theorem by using vector method. And in today's class again I am going to be done some geometrical important problems which we can be proved by using our vector algebra there. Also since till now we have discussed only dot product there. Then if we have a time, then we are going to start with our we are going to discuss with our cross product there also. Then look, before we are going to use our cross product, then first we have to be seen that one of the also application which is based on our dot product, that's it's a work done there. Then we have discussed about work done and also do some problems which are based on our work done exercise. Then let's start with one of the problems of geometry. We have seen in class 9 that if we have a semicircle there, then what's about the angle in a semicircle? Yes. What is that? Angle in a semicircle is what? It's a right angle. Now we are going to prove this statement by using our vector algebra. We are going to prove that what? By vector method we are going to show that the angle in a semicircle is a right angle. Angle in a semicircle is a right angle. Then how can we show that? Look, we have taken first of all a semicircle and draw a triangle in its. Draw triangle in its. Take O as our origin there. We have a O as a center of circle, but we are going to use our vector algebra. Then O as a, what is our O? We take here as a origin, means our its initial point. Then look what we do, we take it, just suppose we have a point P on the circumference of semicircle there, and we take a point as A and B. Now look, if we we define this OB, we take our vector OB as what? We take our OB as a there. We take is what? It's our vector A. We take origin there. What about this? This is opposite to vector A there. Then our OA is what? It's a minus direction in. Then our vector OA is given by minus vector A. And take join our OP and take it's our vector R. Now look, we are going to, what we have to prove that this angle, we have to be show that this angle P is a right angle triangle. Then what we have to show that? We have to show that the dot product of AP, this is our AP and this is our PB. If you are able to show that that's AP and PB are, what do you do? If you are going to show that our AP and PB, our vector AP and vector PB both are, the dot product of these vectors are 0, that means these vectors AP and PB, this vector PB are perpendicular to each other. Then we have to be find out the product of, dot product of AP and PB there. And how can we get? First of all, look in the triangle OBP. We have taken the triangle OBP by using triangle law, by vectors addition of triangle law. Then what we have? How we get OB plus BP is equal to OP. Yes, we take OB plus BP is equal to OP. What we have? We have vector OB plus vector BP is equal to OB plus BP is equal to OP. Now we have need a vector BP there. Then from here we get the vector BP is given by, how can we get BP? OP minus OP minus OB. Now we have OP minus OB. Then what is the value of OP? It's a vector R. What is the value of OB? It's a A. Now again what we have? We are going to take another triangle. This triangle OPA. Again we are going to use our triangle of addition, vector triangle of addition there. Then what we have? In which we have OAP. Then what we have? Again we take this and this. Then what we take? Look. In which what we do? We are going to be here. Since we have to use here, then what we have? We take we get here because it's a direction change there. We take OA and then now look again we are going to use our, we take OA vector addition by triangle law, OA plus AP, then it's a vector OP. Now again we need an AP there. Now we are going to find out AP, vector AP. How can we define our AP? Our AP is given by OP minus vector OP minus vector OA. Now again the value of OP is what? It's a R. What is the value of OA? It's a minus times vector A. Then we have R plus A. Now look, what we have? From here we have the value of BP is given by R minus A. We have a value of AP which we have given by what? We take this 2 and BP equal to R minus A. Take this equation number 1. Now look, we have to take the we have to be so here that our this P is a right angle, means our AP and PB, we have to be so here our AP and BP are perpendicular to each other. How can we show? By vector method. If we are going to be so that the dot product of AP and PB is 0 there, then we are going to take the dot product. Now what do we do? We are going to take the dot product of our AP dot BP. What is our AP? It's a vector R plus A. What is our BP? R minus A. Then we are going to simplify it. Then what we have? R dot R plus A dot R, then minus A dot R plus A dot A. These are cancelled to each other because why? These are cancelled to each other. Why? Because our dot product is what? It's a commutative there. And only we have, what about R dot R? It's a R square, and we get here it's a minus mod of A square. Now what is R square? Vector R square is what? It's our OP. We get OP whole square. What about our A? It's our OB. Now we can write down it's the modulus of, what do we have? Since now we have modulus of OP square minus OB square. Now look, this is our OP and this is our AB, and we know that, what we know that? We know that our square of vector is equal to the square of the modulus. The square of vector is equal to the square of modulus. When our OP, this OP is what? Over OP square, and this is our OB square. Look, our OP is what? It's the same length. It's the radius of semicircle. OB is also same length, radius of circle. Then the difference is what? It's a 0. Now look, what we show that AP dot BP 0. This implies that our AP perpendicular to BP, which is our required result. Which is our required result. We have to be so that our AP is perpendicular to BP. How can we show that? Again, I am going to revise that. We take a semicircle. We have to show that angle in a semicircle is a what? It's a right angle triangle. We have to say that. How can we show that by vector method? This is our AP, this is our PB. We are going to show that AP dot BP is what? It's equal to 0. Then what do we do? We take a O, the center of semicircle as our origin there. Then we take our OB is vector A. If our OB is vector A, it's a radius of circle. Then obviously OA is what? It's a minus times of A. We take OP as a position vector R there. Then we are using our vector addition in the triangle OBP. We have OB plus BP is equal to OP. Again from here we take the we get the value of BP is by vector R minus A. Again we take a triangle AOP. Again we applying a vector law addition in the triangle AOP. Then we have OA plus AP. Vector AP is equal to OP. From here we get again applying OA plus AP is equal to OP. And from this we get the value of AP. What is the value of AP we get here? R plus A. Now we have to take the product of what? We have to take the product of this AP and BP. We have take AP and BP. The value of AP is position R plus A. Value of BP is R minus A. Then after doing the product, after we are going to solve it. We get our OP minus OB square root 0. That is dot product of AP and BP is 0. It means our AP is perpendicular to BP. That is the angle in a semicircle is a right angle triangle. This is one of our important problem in terms of geometry there, and we are here prove it by using a vector method. Look, again take one of the important result of geometry there. We are going to use by we are going to prove this any other theorem which belongs to our geometry by same method of vector method. We are going to take another statement of geometry here. Prove by using vector method if the diagonals of parallelogram equal. If diagonals of a parallelogram equal, then it's a what? It's a rectangle. We have to say that if the diagonals of a parallelogram are equal, then it is a rectangle. Then we draw first of all a parallelogram. So the diagonals of a parallelogram are equal. We take a parallelogram. If we have to be so by using vector method, the diagonals of a parallelogram is what? If equal, then we take as again OAB, OABC. Now look, we have to show that here it's given if the diagonals of a parallelogram of equal. What is the diagonals of parallelogram? OA and AC. We have given there. What do we have given there? Length of OA. Sorry, it's a diagonals equal there. We have to take OB. It's my apology to you. OB is equal to AC. It's given there. If the length of diagonals are equal, then it's a what? We have to be so here. It's our what? We have to be so here. It's our rectangle when our diagonals of parallelogram equal there. And again, we take up OA as a vector A and OC as a B. Now, what we did? Let OA and vector OC as a vector B. Now look, it is our what? It's our parallelogram. We then what about we can apply our again we have two laws of addition in a vector method. One of the triangle law of addition, and second one is what? It's a parallelogram law of addition. When we are going to be apply parallelogram law in the triangle OAB, then what about to get OB? Then the value of OB is given by it's what? Vector A plus B by parallelogram law of addition. Yes, it's clear to all of you. How can we get the OB is what? Now we get the value of OB is what? It's a B plus A. Now we have to find out the value of our diagonal AC. How can we get our AC? This AC vector OC minus OA. OC minus A. What is our value of OC? It's a vector B. This is our A. Now look, we get the length of we define our two diagonals in the terms of vector. OB is given by using parallelogram. It's a because it's a B, then it's a B, then A plus B by parallelogram addition. It's A plus B, and then we get the value of vector AC again by using our triangle law of addition. Then we get OC minus OA, then we get B minus A. Now this is our OB1, this is our AC, and it's given there. The length of OB and AC are equal there. Then we start with OB is equal to AC What is the value of OB? It's a vector A plus B, and its AC is what? B minus A. Now taking a square of both sides, then what we have? Yes, it is okay. Then now taking square, then now again what we have the basic concept here. Square of vector is equal to the square of modulus. Then it's a modulus, then it's equal to square. Then square of vector is equal to square of modulus. Then the square of vectors is equal to square of modulus. Now from here what we have? From here we have A plus B dot A plus B, and also we can write down we are going to take it. Then what we have? A dot A, we get A square plus AB plus BA plus B square. Here we get B square minus AB plus BA minus B square. Now then this is cancelled to each other. Sorry, minus plus we get plus A square. Now look, this is cancelled out, this is cancelled out by B square, this is cancelled out by A square. And now we have this AB is equal to AB, this is also AB. Look what we have, minus AB, and here also a minus BA, sorry. Then look, it's again a AB and AB. Then after solving we get 4 times AB is equal to 0. This implies vector A dot B equal to 0, means vector A is perpendicular to B. What we have to prove here? Our vector A is perpendicular to B. What is the meaning A perpendicular to B? Means it's our 90 degree. If in a parallelogram of one of the angle is a 90 degree, then what is it a? Yes, it is our rectangle there. Then we are able to prove that it's our rectangle. Hence our parallelogram OABC is a rectangle, because we show that we have proved that here our vector A is perpendicular to B. Again I am going to revise you the same problem. What is we are just going to prove one of our geometrical theorem here. It's in geometry we have read about that. If diagonals of a parallelograms are equal, then it's a rectangle. Then we are going to prove this theorem by using our vector method, by using vector process. It's given there the length of OB and AC is equal. Then we start with taking the length of OA. How can we get the length of? We take OA as a vector A and OB as a vector B. Then we are going to length of OB. How can we get the length of OB? Since it's our diagonal there, then we are going to use our parallelogram law of addition. By using parallelogram law of addition, we get the length of OB is given by A plus B. Again in the triangle OAC, we are going to find out the length of AC. How can we get find out this AC is by vector B minus vector A. Then we have given this length of diagonals are equal. Then we start with OB is equal to AC. Now we have the value of vector OB is what? A plus B. We put A plus B here. AC is what? B minus A. Then taking square of both sides, and we know that of square is equal to the square of the vectors. Then after solving it, we get 4 times A dot B 0 on our vector A dot B 0. When it's 0 there, when our two vectors are perpendicular to each other. Then we have shown that this vector A and vector B are perpendicular to each other, means our angle O is a 90 degree. Hence it's a parallelogram, all angles are 90 degree. Hence ABCD is what? It's a rectangle. Now take we have discussed very interesting topics till now. We have using vector method. It's very easy to prove. In geometry we have to use a congruency process there, but we are here to able to prove this by using a vector method, one of these easy method. Take another another geometrical problem which we are going to prove that by what? It's using our geometry there. What is it? So that the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. We have to show that here diagonals of a rhombus. Again, look, draw a rhombus. So suppose we have a rhombus. The diagonals of a rhombus. Take a point O, A, B, C. First of all, what we have to show here? We have to be show here so that the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors. We have to show that it's a perpendicular bisector. Now this point is a midpoint here. Then how can we show? First of all, let's take O is given by A and take this, it's a B. What do we do? We take our vectors. O is given by, now look, first of all, it's a, given that it's our rhombus, then what we have? We have OA is equal to AB is equal to OC is equal to BC, because what is happening in rhombus? In rhombus all sides are equal, and we take our, what we take here? We take our OA. OA is given by vector A and OC is given by vector B. Now we have a vector A and vector B. Now look, what do we do? We have given there. First of all, look, since OA equal to BC, then what we have? From we have given that vector A is equal to vector B, because all sides of rhombus are equal there. Now what we do? We have to show that the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Then we have to take the dot product of what? OB and AC. And how can we get the first of value of OB? Vector OB again by using parallelogram. This is our A, this is B, then this is also B. Then OB is given by vector A plus B, by which law? By parallelogram law of addition of vectors there. Now we have the value of vector OB there. Now we are going to be find out the value of AC. How can we get the diagonals value of AC? This is our AC. Again by property, what we get? Our AC is given by vector OC minus vector OA. OC is what? It's a B and A. Now we have to be so here the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Then we have to take the product of OB dot AC. Now OB dot AC. Then what we have? We can write down also B plus A dot B minus A. Then what we have? We have vector B square plus AB minus BA and minus A square. Now this is cancelled to each other. Then what we have? B square minus A square. We have B square minus A square. Again we can write down mod of its B square minus length of A square. Why? This is our basic concept. What is it? A square of vectors is equal to the square of its modulus. Now look, what we have here, our vector A and B are both are equal, then these are equal, the length are equal there, then it's we have 0. Then vector OB dot vector AC is 0. This implies our vector OB is perpendicular to vector AC. Our vector OB is perpendicular to vector AC. Look, again I am going to revise that. Again we have take another geometrical problem there. By using our vector method, we are going to show that the diagonals, if the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular, if the diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular, then it's a rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. Now look, we have to find out the position vector of also this point, midpoint there. We can easily verify that this is a position vector, origin is 0, 0. Then when we are going to find out this by midpoint formula, what we get? The value of AC, position vector of OB, because what we get? We get it's also A plus B by 2. We can easily show that our vector OB is given by position vector of OC and AB is given by A plus B by 2. Then we can easily show that OB equal to A plus B by 2, and also AC is what? A plus B by 2 by using our since it's a perpendicular bisector there, then we can easily verify this. Now by geometrical methods we have to show that what is we have to show that it's a perpendicular bisector there. Then what we do? We start with OA equal to AB equal to OC equal to BC. We take our OA as a A and OC as a B. And we have to be, it's a perpendicular, then we take the product of what? OB and AC. Then we are going to find out the value of OB. It's by A plus B. AC is given by vector B minus A. Taking dot product, and we know that this dot product is equal to 0. Now look, we have done here 2 or 3. Actually, we have taken 3 problems from applications of geometry. We solve it by using our dot product. And also by our vector method there. Now look, one of the last application what we have based on dot product is what? Our next application is application look, in the terms of application of scalar product, we can also define our work done there. Look, if there is any point A here and we have applied a force on it, then obviously our object comes to the point, some point B there, and there is a change in position, there is a displacement, also our displacement is a vector quantity. Then how when we apply any force on any point there and it's not be a perpendicular there, then there is a work done. Then our work done is defined as by the product of the magnitude of force and displacement. How can we define our work done? Our work done is defined by magnitude of force into the displacement. If there is any angle there in between our displacement, then our work done is given by F, vector F into the cos theta there. But generally we have discussed our work done is given by, how can we define our work done? The work is said to be done by if our F is the particle undergoes a displacement by the action of force and measured by the product of the, how can we measure by the product of the magnitude of force and the distance there. Then we can define our work done by force vector F, magnitude of our force F and displacement. And again we can easily verify that. Look, we take a dot of 2 vectors F dot D, but our work done is what? It's a scalar quantity. It's our scalar quantity. Our work done is what? It's a scalar quantity. Again, when our work done is 0, means F into D is 0. Our dot product is 0. That means force are perpendicular to displacement. Means our force is perpendicular to displacement. Means whenever our force is perpendicular to displacement, then there is no work done. Also, if the angle between D and F are obtuse angle, then the done is what? Then our work done is what? Cos is obtuse more than 90. Then we get negative here. Then our work done is what? It's a negative there. Then some point you have to remember that. Now we are going to take one of the example based on our application of dot product. How we can get work done there. We have given up find the work done in moving an object along a vector D. We have a given vector D. It's what? 8i plus 2j cap, 8i cap plus 2j cap minus 5k cap. If the applied force F is given by 7i cap minus k cap. Now we have to calculate work done here. How we can? It's F dot Z. What is our F? 7i cap minus k cap and dot 8i cap plus 2j cap minus 5k cap. Then now we are going to take in dot product. How we can get? 756 I cap 1 and 2j cap, then it's 0. 5 minus 1 plus 5 k cap 1. Then our burden is given by 56 plus 1, 61 unit. It's given by 61 units. Now look, what you've seen in our today class that we have done problems, some problems which are geometrical problems based on our dot product there. And again we have discussed how can we define our work done whenever we are going to apply any force on an object with initial point having A there, and there is displacement is turned to any point B there. It's a terminal point B there, and there is displacement D there. Then our work done is given defined by it's a dot product of magnitude of F and the displacement there. And we have done one of the problem. Then please go through the all videos. If anyone find any difficulties level there, then please ask me in online classes there. Thanks to all.